Hey guys, this is your boy King Jaffe Joe 413 back for another one. How you guys been? Me chilling like always, you know. So today, you see, we're now on the bike. We're at the back of the bike, taking a look at these taillights. So one thing that I always wanted for my Ryker was the flashing strobe lights that they sell for the from Sling Mods. They're a pretty cool thing, you know what I'm saying? So I don't like the prices of Sling Mods, so I'm coming up with an alternative to fix that problem for us. I'm going to show you right now how you can make your brake light flashes for only about 40 bucks. I think I paid $20. I don't know if I paid 20 each or $40. I bought them a while ago. I was actually going to put them in my car, and I decided not to do that. So they're going on a Ryker. So if you want to get this look on your Ryker, I'm going to show you how to do that for a lot less money than Sling Mod is selling them for. Alright guys, now for the installation of the strobe control for LED stoplights. That's what the piece is called. I picked it up on eBay once again. Alright, so first you're going to have to remove this piece here. So there's a screw. It's a T27 that comes up in the middle, right here in the middle of your thing here. You unscrew that. There's these little, you pull it up from the top, these little plastic things are going to come out the holes. You don't want to go breaking them like I did. Now I got to purchase a new one of these because you want to, when you pull it up, what I did is I pulled it like this and I pulled it up like this. You don't want to do that. You want to get the screw out and you want to pull it from here and lift it up. And these little things are going to pop out the rubber, and they're going to still be attached to the back of this thing. So, my mistake, your gain. Don't do it the wrong way like I did. Alright, so you get the T27 out of there. You're going to have another T27 right here that you got to loosen up. We'll pull that out now. So we're going to pull this T27 out. Alright. Then we got another T27 right at the top of the light, right underneath. There's another T20, that is a T20, that one is not a T27, I know that. That one is a T20. T20 at the top, T20 at the bottom. So when you take these screws out, you want to pay attention to them. If you look at this screw is a screw that screws straight into the plastic. There's no threaded piece in the back of it. This bottom screw here is a, oh shoot, hit the camera, sorry guys. This bottom screw here is also the same thing. That's on this side. So on this side, there's two screws. On this side on the right side of the bike, there's two screws that go straight into plastic. On the right side, there's one screw that goes into plastic. The other screw has a threaded hole, so those two screws are different. All right, so after you get it off, you want to unplug your light. So we're just going to unplug our light like that. Put our light to the side. So I already figured out which wires are for which lights. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this black tape back a little bit so we can have it exposed. Because we're actually going to have to cut some wires. So when you're going to cut wires, you always want to make sure you cut them far back enough from the plug that if you make a mistake, you can fix your mistake and repair your wires. So you always want to cut them pretty far back. So guys, just to let you know, this is being recorded on my new Insta361R. Alright, so So we're looking at these wires. We got a black wire, we got a gray wire, we got a red wire, and we got a white wire. The wires on the right side of the bike. This is the right side. So I know the black wire. So there's this light does three things. It has the running light, it has the blinker, and it has the brake light. So the one black wire, that's your ground wire. That's the ground for all three. Your second wire in from the black wire, that is your blinker light. So if you want to hook something to your blinker, that's the light you want to go to. The red wire is your running light, and the white wire is your brake light. So let's screw these up a little bit, twist these up. So usually, if you're like hooking these into a car, what you're going to do is you're going to cut the wires and just hook them up to this on either end. But what I'm going to do is, since the black wire is a multi-function wire and it's not going just to the flashers, it's going to other things, I'm not going to cut that wire. We're just going to jump into it. All right. I hope the audio is good, guys. I hear the audio is not that good in the Insta 360-1R, but I'm going to begin the mic eventually. All right, so to jump it in, we're going to be using one of these little clips here that fold over. So you put the wire there, you fold it over, you squeeze it, and it pinches, slides the wire through there. So it exposes a little bit of wire, just enough for it to touch that metal thing. The other end, you put on this here. We're going to put on the strobe light control, and then you slide that onto the end of here. That's going to jump it in there, so you don't have to cut the black wire. So we just line it up here. We close the top over it like so. We grab our pliers, and we give her a squeeze. Nice little firm squeeze. Make sure it latches. Has a little lock on the side, so that latches. Our last wire we are going to cut because that wire is only for the brake light. So the only reason we didn't cut this one because it works for the other thing. So we don't want to hook it up to the strobe and then have other stuff strobing if it does that. But it probably won't because the power wire is usually the one that controls the operation of the light. So we're going to cut the last wire. We're going to grab our trusty dusty splicers. Give it a little splice. Got these at Harbor Freight if you guys need some. Perfect for the job for splicing. It's like they're made for it. All right. So now on this, we're going to add a red connector on the side coming from the bike. Grab our strippers, which they have crimpers on them too. We're going to crimp that onto there. Then we're going to grab our strobe. Right now, since we got that there, we're going to stop there real quick. We're going to grab our strobe. Strobe says in and out on it. So the side in is the side going to be here. So we're going to take this red side. The red side of the in is going to be connected to the bike. So these wires really don't need to be that long, but we're going to keep them just in case we take this thing off and want to use it something else. You know. All right. So we're going to stick this in here. All right. So we're going to stick this in here like so. Grab our trusty crimpers. And guys, just a warning, if you get these kind of crimpers, they have like little dots which ones you're supposed to use. Like the red is for the red connectors, the blue is for the blue, the yellow is for the yellow, which is the different gauges. And at the top it has wire cutters. So if you go to crimp something in the red, make sure you don't put it in the wire cutter thing and cut your wires. Alright, just, you don't want to be cutting your whole thing. Alright, we're going to throw some electrical tape over this just to have it nice. A little bit of electrical tape. If you have heat shrink, a lot better. Heat shrink is way better than electrical tape. We all know that. So, all right. So now on the inside, we're going to take the side that goes to the end on the controller. We're going to take the other blue part that we're going to connect to the negative, and we're going to crimp that on there. Switch these wires. Put this on here, and we're going to crimp her that down. So when you're using these kind of things, you always want to watch out because this little thing right here, it moves to the side a little bit. And when you plug it in, it won't go inside the middle slot. It'll go to either side of this blue thing. So it'll go to the left or the right of it, or the top or the bottom, whatever you want to call it. So you want to make sure this is in the middle and it goes in the slot, because you do all this work to get this together, and then you finally get together and you try to check how it came out, and you got no power because the negative is not hooked up. All right. So now on this side, what we're going to do is connect this red side that's out on the controller to going to the wire connector. So for that, we're going to use another red wire connector here. Crimp that down nice and tight. Throw this piece right here. Into here. I'm going to clip this nice and tight. Alright, so that's set. Throw a little bit of electrical tape on there. Not the prettiest, but it's on there. All right, so usually you would connect the black to the negative, and then you would connect the black on the other side to the negative. But since I jumped it in, and we're not going to be using this side because we didn't cut the wire all the way, we're just going to snip this a little bit. We're going to throw a red thing on there. Crimp it on there. So, just so that the wire won't be free. And we're going to grab a little bit of electrical tape, and we're going to throw it over that. And that one's not going to get connected to anything. Okay? Okay. Oh, man. I want to go over the top, too, and I didn't. Throw another piece on there. Don't know why I didn't do that. Who knows? All right, there we go. Got that there. So this is going to sit basically right here in this corner. This one has a little area there, and this one will sit right in this corner. So before we do that and button everything up, we're going to want to plug it back into the light and give her a test run. So we'll plug her back in. We'll sit her right there for you guys. Right there. And let's hit that brake and see what happens. Yeah, look at that, guys. We have flashers. So, I spent probably $30 on all this stuff. Some zip ties, got a zip tie. Probably gonna try to zip tie it like right here somehow. There's like a little hole here. There's another hole, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna get it to there. You don't really have to zip tie this down, because there's not that much space in there. There's really not that much space in there for it to go anywhere. So you can get this in, you can stuff it right in there. It'll fit perfect. Fit perfect. Then we take our T27, throw it back in there. Throw our T27 back in there. And we'll grab our T20s that go on the back side of each side and throw those in there. And then we'll throw last screw in there. And then we'll just throw the top back on there, which I broke, so I was actually trying to put the screw in the socket. Oh goodness, I can't believe I broke that. Look, it's gonna sit like that, it's gonna pop up. So I broke it like a freaking idiot. Now I gotta order one. My girlfriend's gonna be pissed. Oh, he's breaking shit. Another thing to rattle, huh? What the hell? Something else I just broke. Now I'm something else to rattle until my new one gets in. Definitely gonna hop on here tonight and order that. Alright guys, so that's my brake lights, flashers I just put on. Fast and quick. You do this side, I did the right side for you guys. The left side is basically the same thing. Only one thing different is that the screw on the bottom is different from the screw on the top, so you just want to make sure that you put that screw in the right hole, because this one screws into the framing that goes into here. This one just screws into the back of the light. Guys, so there you go for your DIY brake light install, brake light flasher install. Trust me, Sling Mods were like $100 and something for those, like $30 for everything. Now I have these here. These are light strips. These are sequential light strips. They light up red, and then when you hit the brake, they light up go down in a sequence in yellow. So I'm thinking about, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put them exactly. I'm thinking about right under here, right underneath the max mount, but I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to mount them yet. But guess what, guys? You'll be the first to know. All right? So that's going to be wrapping up another one for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Like the channel. Share it. Tell your friends about it. And comment. Shoot me a comment. Any questions, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day, guys.